Hey, my name's Josh Branshaw, and in this video I'm going to show off a couple different Ruby regex matching features that I've been using quite a bit lately. They all have to do with capture groups. I think they're pretty nice demonstrations of the power that Ruby has when it comes to regex. So as I've worked on a few Advent of Code problems here in 2020, I've run into a similar common pattern where given some sort of input file, you have to kind of parse out some things, like maybe like an ID here. So you don't really care about the item or this hash symbol or necessarily the stuff that follows. You're just trying to maybe parse out this ID so that you can reference it later. And so I end up writing a lot of code that looks like some variation of the next few patterns I'm going to show you. So for starters, we can say input and we can call the match function, and we can give it some regular expression such as item, and then we match on any number of digits, the plus, and then we don't care about the rest, so we end the regular expression definition. And if I run that, you can see we have a match. That's nice, but we're not really extracting the value we're looking for there, so that's where a capture group comes in, and we can define that by wrapping parentheses around the thing we want to capture. We can use multiple capture groups in a regular expression if we like. And so now when we run that, we see we have a match, and then we capture the whole thing that was wrapped in the parens, and it gets assigned sort of a positional key of 1 because it's the first capture group. If there was a second capture group, the second one would get assigned to 2. We can make this code a little bit more expressive or intentful by using a named capture. So inside of this opening paren, we can put a question mark, and then we can give it any sort of name inside of angle brackets like that. So if I run that now, you see that the ID key gets assigned with the ID that we match on. So now I can say that our match result gets this result here, and we can do, a hash-like access on that, do whatever we want with it, turn it into an ID, that sort of thing. So that's been a nice pattern that I've grown accustomed to. The other thing that's nice is Ruby also has this little operator here, which is the match operator. So if we use the regex version, where the regex is set on the left, so we'll say item, and we'll have our capture group here, we'll give it the ID, and we'll match on any number of digits, close it. So if we use the match like that on our input string, we get a 0. That means it matched on the first position. But the cool thing that happens, a little bit of Ruby magic that happens, is this named capture right here gets assigned to a local variable. So I can now type ID, and that got assigned to that thing right there. So any number of named captures that we use with regex's version, the regexp version, module version of this match operator will assign to local variables. Now, if we swap these arguments, we use the strings version of the match operator, that won't happen, so keep that in mind. But yeah, these two patterns, I think, really show off the power of Ruby's regular expressions. Yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the video.